Insidious The Red Door comes out in 6 days, so let's do it. Insidious is about this family, Josh and Renee, the parents, their sons Dalton and Foster, and their baby daughter Callie. They move into a new house, and one night while Dalton is exploring in the attic, he sees this mysterious entity and gets super freaked out, and then the next day he falls into a coma. 3 months go by, Dalton is still in the coma, and no doctor is able to find out why. And then weird shit starts happening to the family. Their security alarm just goes off randomly in the middle of the night. They find these bloody handprints. Renee starts hearing voices on the baby monitor. And then one day Renee ends up physically seeing an apparition, and they decide to move. They're smart. They get out of the house. But it doesn't matter because it follows them. One day Josh's mother is there, and she explains that she had a dream where she saw a red-faced demon in Dalton's room. This is her dream. And then one of the greatest jump scares in horror movie history, that same exact demon appears behind Josh. So Josh's mother, Lorraine, she decides to phone a friend. She calls for help. So she calls her friend Elise, who is a psychic. And Elise brings along her 2 paranormal investigators, Specs and Tucker. So the team starts doing their thing, and this is when Elise drops that bomb of, it's not the house that's haunted, it's your son. So no matter where they go, it's going to follow them. She explains that Dalton is not in a coma. He was actually born with this ability to astral project, and he mistakenly believed that he was dreaming and ended up getting stuck in this place that they call the Further, that consists of these tortured souls of people who have died. So his body is in a coma, and the spirits in the Further are trying to inhabit his body to become part of the real world. At first, Josh is like, this is bullshit, but he later ends up finding some drawings in Dalton's room that basically confirms what Elise is saying. So the team comes back and they do a seance that goes terribly. And at this point, Elise reveals that the reason Lorraine called her is because they've known each other for years, because when Josh was a child, he had the same abilities to astral project. And Elise saved Josh from this evil old woman who wanted to possess him. And Josh has basically repressed all the memories of it. So now Elise says the only way to save Dalton is for Josh to go into the Further and rescue him. So Elise hypnotizes Josh in order for him to get to the Further. When he gets there, it's super spooky and he encounters all these spirits, including the red-faced demon. So he manages to find Dalton, but then they are chased and attacked by this demon. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Elise and the others are being attacked by spirits from the Further that have made their way through. Back in the Further, Josh comes face to face with the woman that tried to possess him as a child. He fights through it and believes that he overcomes his fear, and she seems to leave. Josh and Dalton make it out of the Further and wake up in the real world, and all is well. Just kidding. Elise can sense that there's something wrong with Josh, and when everybody else leaves the room, she snaps a picture of him, which sends Josh into an absolute rage, and he fucking strangles Elise to death. Renee comes back and discovers Elise's lifeless body. She sees the camera and goes to look at it, and the photo that Elise took of Josh is revealed. And it's not Josh, it's a photo of the black-veiled woman. So when Josh confronted the woman in the Further, he didn't get over his fear, she didn't go away. She possessed him, and now she is in the real world. The last shot we see is Josh standing behind Renee as she lets out a gasp, and then the movie just fucking ends.